Let's talk about the human mind. It's quite fascinating. Now, the human mind, yours and mine, we don't want to take fault. And people have gotten worse at this. People that are late, it's traffic. I had to stop and get gas. And so they're not taking responsibility. They're projecting the blame so that they can be maybe innocent, possibly entitled. And so I'm proud of myself. I just got off a 6-day water only fast, and I was good. I was so proud of myself. I went 6 solid days. And then after I broke my fast, I had a healthy meal, and then I wanted to eat. I wanted the bad stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, it's just like after doing so good, why would I go way over on the pendulum? Because when I was fasting, I was just so good. And now that that's over, I hit the deadline. Then a lot of times we want to swing way over to the other side. And since I do this for a living, I really sat down and I said, why am I sabotaging? Why am I out of control or wanting to be out of control? And so I've been doing this for a long time, and I've got a lot of tools to help my clients get out of these moments. So I'm working on myself. And I finally realized that it was that 4-year-old up to 10-year-old that didn't feel safe around food, didn't feel comfortable around food. I felt like I didn't deserve it. I felt shame. So I called in my little ones. And I was just so sad that my little ones at that age had shame and had so much disappointment and so much scaredness. That once I was able to get them to relax, because they're the ones that needed the chocolate, the pudding, whatever I could get my hands on. They're the ones that needed that because a 4-year and a 10-year-old doesn't know how to really say no as an adult person like myself. So once I calmed them down, then all of those intense cravings went away. Because I was so good. I was such a good little girl. And I know that I'm a bad girl. That's the shame. So I wanted to, without even knowing, the bad girl, the little ones wanted to show up. And if they think that they're bad, and they're not, but if they've been programmed and treated as bad and shamed, they're going to come out running. So it took me a couple sessions to get them to relax more. And I'm going to pay attention to them a little bit longer. But this is what I do for clients. Because a lot of people that fast will do really, really good on the pendulum, and then they'll swing way over and then blow it all and then even gain more back. Same thing with somebody getting a good job and they mess it up. Finding a good relationship and they sabotage it. Because if your little ones don't feel worthy, don't feel good enough, then they're not going to be able to receive good. So I'm hoping this makes sense, because our mind loops and our mind goes back and forth on our timelines. And when you learn to be more present and get rid of the excess stories that we don't need, so that we can build a healthy story and have honesty attached to it, then we can move forward and not yo-yo back. I just love all this stuff. I think it's quite fascinating. And I was talking to a gentleman, and he said his wife left him after 25 years. And he was just, whoa me, 25 years she left me, and I'm such a good man. And what she wanted to do was to curb my social. I couldn't be social when she was around. She just wanted me 24/7 right by her side. And I'm listening to him, and I know he thinks it's the truth, but it's not. So I'm observing him all over the restaurant bar, very needy, very, I want to say pathetic, but needing attention. And that's a very small minded man. That's an incredibly insecure man. So if an insecure man needs to go and get attention from everybody, he's not secure with himself. And so do you see that his story is, my wife left me, not my fault. She was so controlling. But in truth, his actions created that in her. And they didn't know how to address it. Well, he said a few more things that was a little rough. And so I spoke my truth, as I always do. And I was watching him entertain this one lady. And then later in another area, entertain another lady. And I'm like, wait a minute. He's just trying to get anything and everything. He's so starved for attention because he's so small in his own mind that he's going to take a crumb from anybody. So if you're having stories and you think that you are not the one that has created these issues, that it's your boss or your significant other or the economy or your zip code, I want to work with you so that you understand that you've created these illusions that are probably not full of truth. Yeah. Our patterns are so deep that we get lost in them. Our ego doesn't want to see what our side of the equation is. So when clients come to me, they always want to talk about their significant other and what they're doing wrong. And I'm always like, well, what are you doing that isn't really working? And in jobs, why are you getting overlooked all the time? Because it is your energy, your mindset, your actions that are putting you below a healthy bar. Yeah. So maybe if you work on yourself, your whole world will change. Your whole world will change. I remember over 35 years ago, I took my first class, meditation, and I almost didn't go. My husband at the time was over an hour late coming home from work, and he was never late. Absolutely. He always showed up at 5. He knew I had to leave at 6. He showed up at 6:10. Now, without knowing, he was trying to sabotage in a very sneaky way. So I went small, went into the bedroom, and said, well, I can't go. It's not my fault. I can't be late. And then I actually, such a beautiful moment, I actually said to myself, if you don't go, then you're not going to change yourself. And if you're not going to change yourself, you don't have a right to bitch, whine, complain, and moan about your life. Suck it up and accept it. Because if you're not going to change, it's your story, nobody else's. And I instantly jerked myself up, grabbed my keys, grabbed my purse, walked right out the door, didn't even say goodbye to my little girls. Of course, not to him. drove over to my meditation class. And I was trying to look pretty cool, calm, and collective. And she looked at me and she's like, wow, it was very difficult for you to get here. And I'm like, how can you tell? And she said, your husband doesn't want you to be here. So please listen to this. Your friends, your family, your significant others won't want you to change if they're not changing. And your girls want you to be there. Again, they were an infant and two. And your family doesn't want to change because they're very close-minded. But you got yourself here. And I signed up for every class they had. And I am who I am today. So there may be a point in time where you actually just say, I'm exhausted in my own life, in my own world. And I am the common denominator of all areas of my life. And it's not about them. It's about me. And then you'll reach out and call. All my sessions are on Zoom. They're recorded and I send them to you. So you actually get to study you and not everybody else. You'll grow faster. You'll actually become happy within yourself. Because children are not here to make you happy. Significant others, a new car, a new Amazon order, is not going to make you happy inside. It's a you thing, it's work, it's growth. It's healing that is needed. Your body won't age so fast. Your health rays will be stronger. Your decisions will be based on who you are in a sense of strength. Then like my 10-year-old after I was done fasting. So the question is, can you change? And it is 100% absolutely yes. The real question is, will you change? And what if I said, if you don't change, then it's on you. But don't complain about others anymore. Don't complain about your significant others. Don't complain about your job, your career, work, managers, co-workers, friends. Don't complain. Because you may be the one that is creating all of this in you. So thanks for listening. And you may want to listen to this a couple times so you can actually start to see how you are showing up and or not showing up. I'm Diane at Healing Bodies, Healing Souls. You can check out my website, healingbodieshealingsouls.com. You're on my YouTube channel, and I have social media. But my sessions are strong and powerful. Why? Because I am. I'm not that weak one over 35 years ago. And yes, it is a daily practice, but we get up every morning to practice life. So you are in truth, and that's all I speak of. You are in truth waking up and practicing. I'd rather you practice it the right way than the wrong way. So thank you.